Tonight is their last regular season game of their high school careers. Our first senior tonight is Easton Iowa. He has been playing basketball for 4 years and is a 3-year medal winner. Easton has been playing baseball for 4 years and will be a 4-year medal winner. He has played football and golf as well and is a 1-year medal winner in both. Outside of school activities, Easton enjoys hanging out and joking with his friends and family. He is undecided on the college at this time, but will go to a school of his choice to study business and continue his baseball career. Tonight, Easton is being escorted by his mom, Lisa Engel, and his dad, Dale Iowa, Sr., Easton, Iowa. Our next senior of the night is Dane Singleton. Dane has been playing basketball for 4 years and is a 3-year medal winner. He is involved with the FFA program here at Meadowbrook High School. Dane also enjoys spending time with friends and family playing video games. He plans to continue his education at a college of his choice and get a degree in business. Tonight, Dane is being escorted by his parents, Angie and Darren Singleton, Sr. Dane Singleton. Our final basketball senior player is Cordell West. Cordell has been playing basketball for 3 years. He has been involved in FFA for 4 years. In his free time, he enjoys playing video games with his friends and spending time with his family. Cordell currently works at Dunning Motor Sales in Cambridge. After high school, Cordell plans to get a full-time job and possibly enroll in the Army. Tonight, Cordell is being escorted by his parents, Mike and Billy West, Sr. Cordell West. Tonight we would also like to spotlight Bryson Wareheim. Bryson is unable to be with us tonight because he is currently with his church group in Tennessee. Bryson has been in the marching band for 4 years and is a 4-year letter winner. Bryson has been a part of the boys basketball team for the past 4 years as the team manager. He is involved in Brooks Singer's marching band and symphonic band. He enjoys spending time with his friends, playing football, and watching NBA basketball in his free time. Bryson plans to attend Marietta College and major in music education and minor in sports management. The boys basketball boosters and the Meadowbrook Athletic Department would like to take a moment and recognize the 3 Zanesville senior players whose high school careers are winding down. Those 3 players are number 2, Xavier Riley, number 22, Brian Hartley, and number 24, Drake Williams. Once again, we're very proud of all these young men and wish them the best of luck in their future endeavors. Thank you.
AVC Sports presents high school basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you by Doan Ford, patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, WB Green Insurance, West 40 Auto Sales, Woodsfield Savings Bank, The Rogers Company, and Valentine Insurance.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the campus of Meadowbrook High School, where the Blue Devils from Zanesville traveled here to Byesville to take on the Meadowbrook Colts in the last regular season game of the 22-23 season. My name is Mike Snively, and it will be my pleasure to describe tonight's action on the NASH Icon 107.9 FM Cambridge and 98.5 FM Zanesville. We're also live streaming on the YRPtv YouTube and Facebook channels. Joining me tonight on the color is Mike Podlasiak. Zanesville comes into tonight's game with a record of 6-15, while the Colts enter the contest with a record of 1-20. Plaz, we have two teams here that have traditionally had success, but this year it's kind of been a transition year for both.
It really has, Mike, and that happens even in your bigger schools, like Zanesville, and I consider, being from Caldwell, I consider Meadowbrook to be a bigger school.
Right.
And they've both been blessed with an awful lot of talent here in the recent years, and you made a great statement earlier before we came on the air that if this game would have been 6 or 7 years ago, this place would have been jam-packed tonight.
Right.
But it's two teams still trying to find themselves, playing a lot of younger kids this year and basically building for the future.
Right. Well, since it is the last regular season game, and I believe it's the only game tonight AVC is broadcasting, there's just not a whole lot of games tonight around the area, because I think what had happened was the athletic directors around the area said, you know what, let's just take a week off in case we have to make up for some snow games. Well, guess what? We haven't had any snow, so there's no games to make up. So what's going to happen is a lot of these teams are going to have a long layoff before tournament, but that's not going to be the case for Meadowbrook. Meadowbrook's going to play tonight, and then they're going to have to go to Zanesville, South Zanesville, that is, to take on the number 1 seed Maysville. What's the date on that one, Plaz?
That's what I was trying to find here. They don't actually play till next Saturday.
So next Saturday. So they're going to have about 8 days off.
Exactly. Yeah, we're Zanesville, and they'll have a week off also because they're scheduled to play the winner of the John Glenn Steubenville game, which you and I will have on Tuesday night in New Concord.
That's right. So John Glenn, who's going to have, I think I calculated 11 or 12 days off before playing again. They play Tuesday, and Plaz, like he said, he and I will be on that game. Zanesville's in that next loop. If whoever wins that game gets to go, that's who Zanesville's going to play. John Glenn would have the home court advantage, I should say, if they win throughout. I believe Steubenville was a 12 seed, and Zanesville was a 13 seed. So that's how that plays out there. That game will be on Saturday, the 25th, as well. We're going to hit some starting lineups here tonight, Plaz. I'm going to go ahead and do Meadowbrook, and then I'll let you hit the Zanesville side of things. But it's senior night here at Meadowbrook, and they're going to start all 3 seniors tonight. They're going to start Cordell West. He's a 5'8" senior. He's averaging just under 3 points a game. He's shooting 63% from the line. He's hit 8 threes on the year. Easton Eibel, he's at 5'10", obviously a senior, averaging 5.1. Easton's suffered through some foot injuries this year, but he will get the start tonight. He's averaging, just like I said, about 5.1 points a game. The interesting stat on Easton, he has not attempted a free throw shot this season. Colton Delancey will start. He's 6-foot sophomore, averaging just under 10 points a game at 9.9. He's hit 28 three-pointers on the year. Justice Huey, the 5'10" sophomore, he's averaging 3.2 points per game with 13 threes on the year. And the final senior tonight, starting for Meadowbrook, will be 6'3" senior Dane Singleton, the lone Colt player, averaging double figures at 10.5 points a game. And he has 6 threes on the year, and he is shooting 60% from the line. What are we going to see tonight from Zanesville, Plaz?
I tell you, the under head coach Cedric Harris, who I believe is either his 2nd or 3rd year as head coach, taking over for a long-time coach Scott Aaronholt, who had a lot of success with the Blue Devils over the years. They are led this year by 6-foot junior Rashad Hampton, who's averaging a team-high 14.3 points per game. Backing him up is Xavier Riley, a 6-foot senior at 9.8 points per game. Drew Doyle, a 5'8 junior at 8.8 points. He's also their second leading rebounder with 3.9, and their main assist man with just a little over 4 assists per game. Michael Johnson is a 5'11 sophomore, averaging 8 points a game, and Maddox Hayes is a 6'1 junior, averaging 4.2. So good balance.
Good balance, absolutely.
And just looking at the two teams, neither team is very skilled offensively. Zanesville comes in averaging just a little less than 50 points per game, while the Colts this year are only averaging 35.7 points.
You mentioned Cedric Harris, and we talked about this a little in the pregame too. Cedric Harris was a very good player at Zanesville High School. Not too long ago. Cedric's probably in his 30s, but he was on his good West Liberty teams under Jim Crutchfield that went to the Final Four in Division II NCAA. Not to forget Coach Taryn Jarrett in his second year here at Meadowbrook, coming off of a regional performance from last year. Just the opposite this year. He's experienced the same two seasons he may never experience again in his whole coaching career.
Yeah, he's probably not going to get one as good as he had last year, and we're hoping for his sake because he's a fine young man. I kind of know him and his family pretty well. We're hoping he never has to go through what he's had to do this year. But I think, talking to him, he's maintained a good attitude about things. He's positive, and he's got a group of young kids that are playing this year that hopefully he can help develop, in the off season, and come back next year with a year's experience and show more success than they've had this year.
He's definitely coached them up this year, and they did get a victory a few weeks ago against that Crooksville Ceramic team, so that was a big, you hate to see a team go winless throughout the year, so I was kind of happy. We were really happy to see the Colts and Coach Jarrett pick up that win on the year. Also want to thank tonight our director, Brett Klein. This is our A-team here tonight. Director Brett Klein, and on the camera tonight is Andrew Dunlap. So we're going to tip this thing off here in just a little bit. You are listening to and watching high school basketball on the NASH Icon and YRPtv.
Are you paying too much for homeowners insurance? Has your insurance company raised your deductible? Hi, this is John Valentine with Valentine Insurance. Many people can't accurately answer these questions. With many premiums escrowed into mortgages, homeowners don't pay attention to changes to their policies anymore. It's time you visit Valentine Insurance for a true, no-obligation review of your insurance policy. Call 994-1776 or stop by our office at 739 Southgate Parkway in Cambridge.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-452-5050. That's 1-800-452-5050. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-452-5050. That's 1-800-452-5050.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
The Rogers Company congratulates the Meadowbrook Colts team on a great season. The team at Rogers Company works hard, too, to earn your business. They inspect, install, and repair all makes and all models of furnaces, humidifiers, and air purifiers. Don't be left out in the cold. Give them a call at 740-685-8677.
Our community is a special place, and you work hard to make a living and build a good life for you and your family. It's not always easy. You deserve a local financial partner to be there when you need them most. At Woodsfield Savings Bank, we live, work, and play here. Our cutting-edge technology combined with local decision-making allows us to deliver unmatched personal service. Let us start earning your trust today. Woodsfield Savings Bank. It's personal here.
I was sitting in my car, and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood, and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio. Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it is for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company to offer liability coverage to package with their patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today at 638-3604 and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
Welcome back here to Meadowbrook High School. Mike Snively, Mike Podlasiak here tonight in the final game of the regular season. High school basketball tournament just around the corner. Colts introducing their starting lineups. They're going to start Cordell West, Easton Ible, Colton Delancey, Justice Huey, and Dane Singleton. The Blue Devils from Zanesville is going to go with Rashad Hampton, Xavier Riley, Michael Johnson, Maddox Hayes, and Drew Doyle. Plaz, any last thoughts before we tip this thing off?
It just been interesting to see. I mean, it's an emotional night. You know, you got senior night. It's, you know, regardless of what you had, these kids have put time in the program. Absolutely. The last 4 years, and last time they're going to get a chance to play here in the Corral.
You want to win your last game no matter what, and especially on your home court. Decent crowd here.
Like you said, one good thing we got going for us tonight is the fact that there are very few games in the area.
Yeah,
so if you want to see a game, you almost have to come here.
You got to come here, and or you could tune us in on YRPtv or the NASH Icon. You can pick us up in Zanesville if you're listening on the radio, 98.5, and in Cambridge, 107.9. So we're getting ready to tap it up here. 6:55 start time. We're underway here in Byesville, and we're going to have to jump this thing up again. You don't see that very often. You have a tip, both teams scramble for it. They got to jump it again.
With two teams struggling like they have this year, Mike, that's really not a surprise. That's probably
very aptly happened. So Singleton gets the tip this time, and he gets it to Ible. Ible over to Delancey. Colts in the white with the brown trim. Blue Devils in the black with the white trim. And there's a steal and a turnover by Zanesville. Misses the layup, but it's followed by Maddox Hayes. So Maddox Hayes, who averages 4 on the game, gets his first 2 of the night. 2-0 Zanesville. Zanesville comes out in a little box press action. Ible gets double teamed, gets it over to the senior classmate Dane Singleton. Colts working around, reverse the floor. Delancey being guarded well by Drew Doyle. Michael Johnson out on Justice Huey right now. And Cordell West being guarded by Xavier Riley. Colts working around. Delancey gets a pretty good look at a 3, up and no good. Rebound by Drew Doyle. Doyle gets it down the court to Johnson. Johnson back to Drew Doyle. Over to Rashad. Pretty good look on the baseline for a 12-footer. He knocks it in. 4-0 Zanesville. 6:41 here in the first quarter from Byesville.
Mike says they show that 2-1-2 press, and as soon as they cross half court, then they're automatically dropping man-to-man.
Dropping right back to man-to-man. Nice little slip screen there and a basket for Dane Singleton. Nice assist there from Easton Ible. 4-2, Zanesville leads Meadowbrook here. Point guard Drew Doyle.
Little flex offense showing here.
Got the flex going on, and there's a wide open look, but Riley slipped. He's going to set it back up again. Riley hands it off to Drew Doyle. Over to Maddox Hayes. Hayes pump fakes, kicks it out for the 3-pointer, and that's knocked down. Rashad Hampton, 5 early points here. Zanesville leads 7-2 over Meadowbrook.
Again, he comes in as their leading scorer on the season, just a little over 14 points a game.
Just to think he was on that Maysville team last year.
Can you imagine what they'd been like if he'd have been there?
Wow. Eibel shoots a three, no good. Rebounded by Doyle. Doyle gets it over to Johnson. Johnson's three's no good. Rebounded by Delancey, no, and he's pushed away. And a bucket and putback by Xavier Riley. And Coach Jarrett's going to call a 30-second timeout. We're going to keep it here. So Rashad Hampton with a 3 and a 2, 5 early points. And just off to a bad start. It's not necessarily turnovers, Plaz, for Meadowbrook there. It's just not making baskets.
They've had a couple good looks at the basket, couldn't get it to fall. And at the other end, the Blue Devils have started 4 out of 6 from the field.
I tell you, when you're going through and obviously both teams are struggling, but Meadowbrook's struggling even worse, even more, I should say. It always seems like the other team, when you're struggling, gets off to a hot start.
Gets off to a hot start.
Always seems like those first 3 or 4 shots go in. That's kind of seemed to be the case here for Zanesville and Meadowbrook.
And it's tough when you're struggling if you have to continually play from behind. It gets old.
So 9-2 Zanesville leads Meadowbrook. Easton Eibel's going to bring it up against the pressure, being guarded by Drew Doyle. Now he's going to be triple teamed. Over to Huey. Huey finds Cordell West underneath. He loses control. We got a scramble for the ball, and it's going to go out of bounds to Zanesville. 5:13 here in the first quarter from the Corral. Mike Snively with Plaz here at the campus of Meadowbrook High School. Been here a couple times today already, Plaz.
Soon to be a newer campus here at Meadowbrook.
That's true. Looking forward to this 3-day weekend, that's for sure. Zanesville gets her across. Another three-point attempt there by Johnson, no good, but put in by Maddox Hayes. Maddox Hayes gets his 4th point on the night, 11-2 Zanesville.
3 offensive rebounds so far for Zanesville.
Run and jump, and that's going to be an easy steal and layup for Michael Johnson. And Coach Jarrett's going to have to take another timeout, and it's going to be a full timeout. So with 4:43 left in the first quarter, Zanesville 13, Meadowbrook 2. You are listening to and watching high school basketball on the NASH Icon and YRPtv.
I'm not buying till I check Down Ford.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at DoanFord.com.
Welcome back to Meadowbrook. Mike Snively, Mike Podlasiak. Final game of the regular season before we tip off the tournament. Zanesville leads Meadowbrook 13-2. Coach Jarrett already had to use his 2nd timeout of 5, and it's been pretty rough start for the Colts.
At this pace, he will not have any timeouts to use in the second half.
No, and right now, Colts right now struggling with this pressure that the Blue Devils are applying. Dane DeVillas checks in for the Colts, as does Mason Campbell, freshman. Villa is just a sophomore. So Eibel gets the ball, brings it up the right side of the floor. He's going to get run and jump, gets it over to Delancey. Delancey finds DeVillas for 3. He knocks down a 3. Dane DeVillas with his 3rd 3 on the year. That cuts the lead to 8. 13-5. Zanesville leads Meadowbrook. Meadowbrook man-to-man. Saw some flex offense last time from Zanesville. This time we don't get it. And a nice take to the hole by Riley, we missed. But an offensive rebound by Maddox Hayes, who kicks it out to Rashad Hampton, and he's hit his 2nd 3 on the night. Gives him 31 for the year. Zanesville leads 16-5 here halfway through the first quarter.
Mike, so far, Maddox Hayes is just dominating the offensive glass for the Blue Devils.
He is. He's going after it. He's a physical ball player, and he just hustles. Colts get the ball set up in the half court, trying to reverse it. Mason Campbell goes off of his leg, and that's going to be another turnover by the Colts.
Turnover number 4 so far in Eating for Meadowbrook.
I'd like to give a big shout out to Cheryl Matthews, listening over in Cambridge. Cheryl, I didn't even open your text. I just saw your name come across. I said, I know she's listening. So have a good night, Cheryl. Thanks for tuning us in. And there's a foul. That's going to be the first foul of the night, Plaz. Let's see who they get here. I'm not sure who they got on the foul there.
Hampton kind of got bailed on that. A little out of control going to the basket, and the foul bailed him out, so he's going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
Hampton shoots 72% on the year. He's true on his first one. So 17-5, 12-point lead here by Zanesville. Zanesville's been in a lot of close games this year. 1- and 2-point games. They haven't won on many of them. Another big rebounder by Maddox Hayes. He kicks it out to Johnson. Johnson hands it off to Doyle. Doyle takes the 15-footer, no good. Another offensive rebound by Hayes, who may have sprained his ankle. Hayes looks like he's gimpy a little bit. Kicks it out for 3. Another rebound for Maddox Hayes. Didn't look gimpy there, but Gimpy Maddox, I should say. Gimpy Maddox Hayes is just doing a number on the Colts on the boards tonight.
I don't have individual stats, but they've got 7 offensive rebounds, and he has at least 6 of them.
In 5 minutes. So inbounds goes to Xavier Riley. He goes up, he misses it. Rebound by Singleton, but he gets it stolen away by Hampton. Hampton kicks it out, no good. Colts control it. Delancey's on the control. He's running the ball up the court. Gets it to Mason Campbell. Campbell over to Eibel. Eibel over to Singleton. Singleton kicks it out to Villes. Back to Campbell. Good 3-point look there by Colton Delancey. No good rebound by Xavier Riley. Riley kicks it out to Drew Doyle. Drew Doyle between the legs. The ball's going to be tipped out of bounds. No. They're going to say Drew Doyle just threw it out of bounds. Turnover Zanesville. Justice Huey checks into the game for the Colts. New substitution for Zanesville as well will be Grayson Goins, 6'2" sophomore. Also Drake Tabler, 5'11" junior in for the Blue Devils. 2:25 here in the first quarter. Mike Snively and Mike Podlasiak. 17-5, Zanesville leads Meadowbrook. And that's a pretty good offensive set there where, and I've seen this a lot this year at Meadowbrook. Dane Singleton makes good cuts to the basket and usually gets, in that situation, he usually gets a foul or he makes the basket. So he's going to go to the line for 2.
And Hayes made the big mistake defensively at that time, allowed Singleton to cross his face and get good position to get
crossed
the ball.
Right in front of him. Singleton, a 60% free throw shooter, knocks down the first one. He's got 3 points tonight. Makes the Colt deficit 17-16. Second free throw up and good. 2 for 2 for Dane on senior night. Long line of Singletons, Plaz.
I was going to say, if people listening, if they're not familiar with Dane Singleton, he's got cousins and brothers that played here that were very, very successful.
And I think they all are in the first row tonight down there.
I see that.
That's a heck of a nice move there by Rashad Hampton. That's going to give him 11 in the quarter. So 19-7, under 2 minutes here. Zanesville leads Meadowbrook in the first quarter. Easton Eibel dribbles it to the wing to the right. Kicks it out to DeVilles. DeVilles with a tough shot, shoots it air ball. Rebound and save by Rashad Hampton. Ball comes up with by Drake Tabler. Tabler back to Rashad Hampton. Kicks it over to Goins. Goins shoots an air ball from 15 feet. A rebound, another offensive rebound, Drew Doyle. Wide open look by Drake Tabler for 3. No, another air ball. 2 air balls on the one possession. Rebound by DeVilles. Gives it to Huey. And then Delancey throws it away. And it's picked up by Drew Doyle. So here come the Blue Devils. Possession with Maddox Hayes at the top of the key over to Grayson Goins. And there's a very nice move. Yes, very nice move by Drew Doyle. Reverse with the little English spin on that glass. 2 points, 21-7. Zanesville leads 47 seconds and counting here in Byesville. Eibel on the right wing being pressured. He goes up with a nice 15-footer there by Easton Eibel. That gets him in the scoring column. His first 2 on the night, 21-9, 30 seconds, and I wouldn't be surprised, Plaz, the Zanesville plays for 1 shot.
You would think that they would here in this situation.
And they're going to get the ball to start the second quarter, so a little 2 for 1 here. DeVillez is going to apply some pressure on Doyle, who kicks it to Hampton. Hampton already in double digits with 11 tonight. Back over to Doyle, 7 seconds. Zanesville's going to have to go. And it's going to be Hampton by himself. He crosses over. Ivel shoots an air ball off the glass, but guess who's there?
Man.
Maddox Hayes with about his 5th or 6th offensive rebound puts it back in for Zanesville. So at the end of the first quarter here in Byesville, Zanesville 23, Meadowbrook 9. You are listening to and watching high school basketball on the NASH Icon and YRPtv.
Your home and your car are likely your 2 biggest investments. Protecting them from unexpected damage is a prime concern to WB Green Insurance. They are proud to represent Westfield Insurance, a financial service organization that provides insurance products for your home, auto, and business. Sharing knowledge, building trust is Westfield Insurance's pledge to their customers, along with personalized claim service that's fast and friendly. To learn how Westfield can help with your insurance needs, talk to WB Green Insurance today.
The Rogers Company congratulates the Meadowbrook Colts team on a great season. The team at Rogers Company works hard, too, to earn your business. They inspect, install, and repair all makes and all models of furnaces, humidifiers, and air purifiers. Don't be left out in the cold. Give them a call at 740-685-8677.
Mike Podlasiak. Well, Plaz, I think if we can say anything, Zanesville hit the glass. Zanesville hit the offensive glass, that's for sure.
I had them chartered for 9 offensive rebounds. Meadowbrook only had 2 defensive rebounds the whole first half. So, yeah, just throw it up there and keep putting it back up until it goes in.
And how many turnovers did Meadowbrook have at first?
6 in the first quarter.
6,
I had chartered for.
So
as against only 1 for Zanesville.
That's going to be tough to overcome stats like that. So it's Zanesville possession, who's up 14. Hampton goes hard to the hole.
Little shake and bake out on top.
He's having him a night. He has 13 points, and we just started the second quarter here.
And not forced anything.
No. Smooth, good player. Coach Cedric Harris, team 6 and 15 coming in. We'll play the winner of John Glenn and Steubenville on Saturday the 25th. Cordell West with possession. And it's going to be stolen by Drew Doyle. Doyle goes up and he lays it in. Doyle has 4 points on the night, and it's starting to get ugly. 27-9, Zanesville leads Meadowbrook. Meadowbrook needs to have some shots go in and take better care of the ball. Singleton on the right wing over to Cordell West. He shoots a 3. West shot is up, and it's good. Nothing but the bottom of the net. West hits his 9th 3 on the year for Meadowbrook, cuts it to 27-12, 15-point lead.
Mike, the Colts are shooting 50% from the field. The trouble is they've only had 8 field goal attempts so far through a little over a minute here into the second quarter.
Just haven't got enough shots up. You're exactly right. Another 3-point attempt there by Johnson, no good, but another offensive rebound for Zanesville. Doyle goes inside. He's going to be pressured. Maybe a good defensive play there by Cordell West to slap the ball away. We got the net still stuck down here. You don't see that very often. It's going to be a foul on Zanesville, but the net was stuck down here. And usually when the net gets stuck, it's kind of an automatic timeout to put the net down. Remember the old Georgetown teams with John Thompson?
Yeah.
And they always had those nets that would get stuck because it could set their press up. They'd have to call timeout, set their press up. And I always remember that. Patrick Ewing and Allen Iverson and those guys.
You're starting to show your age a little bit there.
Just a little bit. And they're going to get Dane Singleton with the travel, so another turnover for the Colts.
I actually thought he got away with the travel on the previous play, but they called the foul before the travel took place.
So speaking of fouls, Zanesville has 2 team fouls. Meadowbrook just 1. Fouls not any issue at all right now. 27-12. Meadowbrook trails Zanesville. Blue Devils, like I said earlier, 6 and 15. We got an alley-oop, and that's a well-designed play.
Well executed.
Well executed, little back screen. I've been the recipient of that back screen, except I usually got dunked on. So Singleton, he goes up, he misses it. Another rebound by Maddox Hayes. He's going to be close to 10 rebounds on the night already. Zanesville kicks out Hampton, who already has 2 threes, misses that one. Rebound by Burris, who's checked in. Jacob Burris, and one of 2 freshmen to get playing time for the Colts this year. Mason Campbell, who just touched the ball there, the other freshman. Delancey, just a sophomore in the corner, gets it out safely to Singleton. Delancey's going to try it again. He kicks, steps back for a three, and he hits.
Nice.
He hits his first three of the night, and his 29th of the year, 29-15. Zanesville leads Meadowbrook. Now it's becoming a three-point contest because Johnson misses a three. Hampton gets a rebound. He may have got fouled. And then they're going to get Hampton on the reach-around foul. No, I'm sorry. They got Maddox on the reach-around foul. New substitutions for the Colts, Easton Eibel, and for the Blue Devils, Grayson Goins. 5:03 here in Byesville. 29-15, Zanesville leads Meadowbrook. Decent sized crowd, last regular season game of the year. Cordell West goes hard, did everything correct. Plaz just didn't make the shot. Zanesville brings her down. Hampton goes to the hole hard, and he throws it out of bounds. No, they say it's going to be off of Delancey. And it happened right in front of Coach Jarrett, so, and he didn't argue, so I'm going to assume that was the right call. Hampton's going to inbound it. Finds Riley. Riley, big kid, little Euro step with a left hand. He's impressive.
They allow that Euro step back in the day when you played, Mike.
I couldn't even spell Euro step back in the day. Never heard of it. Now it just seems like more and more steps are getting allowed in basketball.
I think back then they called it a travel, didn't they?
I agree. I agree. Another turnover there by the Colts. Riley kicks it out to Hampton, who's got a good look at a three. He misses it. Eibel comes down with the batted rebound. Eibel over to Dane Singleton. He turns it over, was looking to look for Burris in the corner. Nice hands there by the Blue Devils. Halfway through the second quarter here. Michael Johnson back out to Drew Doyle. Doyle being guarded by Cordell West. Coach Cedric Harris calls an offensive set. Goins kicks it over to Riley. Hampton goes hard to the hole, and he's shot blocked by Singleton, but they're going to get him with the body, so Singleton's going to be called for the foul. That's his second foul on the night. Want to thank Brett Klein, our director tonight, and Andrew Dunlap on the camera. We will be with these guys next week at John Glenn. Hampton's first shot was up and good. He's shooting 72% on the year. Justice Huey checks in.
Brett saved us there a little bit ago by finding a battery in his case.
I actually think we plugged it in. Yeah, we had a battery go dead, and we just had to plug her in. Sometimes it sounds better when the battery's got it, but when the battery goes dead, we had to plug it in.
You and I probably sound better when we're not on the air.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if we ever sound good, but
we have fun at it.
Yeah, I should say clearer. So 33-15, Zanesville leads Meadowbrook. Heavy pressure applied by Grayson Goins. Zanesville's really getting after it on the defensive end right now. Eibel being guarded by Maddox Hayes. I'm sorry, that's not Matt, that's Drake Tabler, who's checked in. Kicks it over to Singleton. Back to Eibel. Eibel to his left. Nothing going on. Good defense.
Hampton, nice job staying down on that.
Yeah, very good. Right now, Zanesville's not letting Meadowbrook sniff anything. Delancey gets another good, decent look. He knocks down a three, his 30th on the year, so.
The Colts have shot the ball pretty well. They just haven't gotten very many shots off because of all their turnovers.
That's their 4-3 on the night. So 15-point lead for Zanesville, 33-18. Hampton goes up strong. He's going to be fouled by Eibel. And Hampton's going to go back to the line for his 5th and 6th free throw attempts on the night. As mentioned before, Hampton was on the Maysville team last year, and the Maysville team right now is the #1 seed in the East District.
I believe just lost one regular season game, haven't they? At least the last I checked. I don't know if they've lost since then.
Yeah, they lost one, and I believe it was to.
Was it Tri-Valley?
I want to say Tri-Valley. Yes, Tri-Valley. Hampton's first shot up, good, and second shot up and good. 5 of 6 on the night for Rashad Hampton. 35-18, 2:30 here in the half. First half here at Meadowbrook. Mike Snively and Mike Podlasiak. DeVillas checks into the game. He's handling the ball, hands it to Justice Huey. Back over to Dane DeVillas. 2 Danes on the court right now, Dane DeVillas and Dane Singleton. Do those John Glenn games, There's 4 guys with last name W on there. Huey misses that shot, but a nice strong rebound there by Dane Singleton, and he's going to go up and he's going to get 2 shots.
That's the first offensive rebound for the Colts here in the first half.
Wow.
2:07 to go.
Wow.
In the second quarter. Glass has been completely dominated by the Blue Devils.
Zanesville's checking out each guy. Singleton's first shot rolls around the rim and comes out, so no good. A couple more new substitutions for Zanesville, including Drake Rennick, the senior. Second shot no good, and rebounded by the aforementioned Drake Rennick. His first rebound on the night, his first action. Under 2 minutes here. 35-18 Zanesville with the lead. Hampton, who's pushing 20 points now, handling the ball. Zanesville kind of taking their time now. Coach Harris wants something, and they're going to get an offensive foul is what they're going to get. It looked like an illegal screen away from the ball, and they got Rashad Hampton with the illegal screen. His second foul on the night. So he's going to take a rest. Grayson Goins is going to come in. I didn't see that one. That was so far away from the ball, Plaz. I didn't even see it.
Must have happened down inside, because I'm like you, I was watching the ball out on the perimeter.
I sometimes get stuck watching the ball with this play-by-play stuff. So Delancey's going to have another good look. He shoots it, no good. Strong rebound there by Xavier Riley. And Drake Rennick, the pass was going right over his head. He was led just a little bit. He kind of looked like, is that to me, or I better get out of the way? And it just went out of bounds into the Meadowbrook cheerleaders.
And Rennick will be replaced on the floor by number 22, Briar Harmon, 6'3" junior.
Breyer's first action on the night. He comes in averaging 1.2. Iowa tries to get a backdoor cut. No dice. In pass to Singleton gets stolen by Rennick. Rennick's made some plays already. Riley comes down, shoots a 3, no good. Rebound by Justice Huey. Crosses the timeline by himself. More pressure by Michael Johnson on Huey. Delancey being closely guarded now after making a couple threes. Picks his ball up, and he throws it away. So turnovers has been a huge problem for this young Meadowbrook team all year, and it's a major problem again tonight.
Mike, when they've had a chance to get a shot off, they've shot it pretty well, but they've just turned it over way too many times. I got them charted with 12 here in the first half.
That's been the big problem. So 24 seconds, 35-18, Zanesville leads Meadowbrook. Zanesville could hypothetically go for the last shot here. Iowa is contesting the dribbler, who is Drew Doyle, who hands it off to Xavier Riley.
Without Hampton in the lineup, it's interesting to see here who they're going to give the last shot to.
Looks like it's going to be Riley. Riley goes up against.
Strong.
And he misses it, but there's a, guess what?
Yeah.
Another tip in. Offensive rebound tip in. Just how we ended the first quarter. This time it was Grayson Goins. And that's going to give Zanesville at halftime a 37-18 lead. We're going to take a timeout and we'll figure out some stats, and we'll be back. You are listening to and watching high school basketball on the NASH Icon and YRPtv.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-452-5050. That's 1-800-452-5050. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-452-5050. That's 1-800-452-5050.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Our community is a special place, and you work hard to make a living and build a good life for you and your family. It's not always easy. You deserve a local financial partner to be there when you need them most. At Woodsfield Savings Bank, we live, work, and play here. Our cutting-edge technology combined with local decision-making allows us to deliver unmatched personal service. Let us start earning your trust today. Woodsfield Savings Bank. It's personal here.
Do you really think that an insurance company who promises quotes in a few minutes has your best interest in mind? Do they really know you and what coverages you need? Hi, this is John Valentine with Valentine Insurance. We take time to learn about you and your insurance needs so you can feel comfortable that you're receiving the right coverages at the best possible prices. Find us on Facebook, stop by our office, or give us a call at 994-1776. Valentine Insurance, a partner you can depend on.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of a guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Halftime here at Meadowbrook High School. Mike Snively joined by Mike Podlasiak, director Brett Klein, and cameraman Andrew Dunlap. Zanesville leads Meadowbrook 37-18. And I didn't know what to expect tonight, Plaz, but I knew that if Meadowbrook didn't take better care of the ball, it could look something like this, and that's kind of why we have this 19-point lead by the Zanesville Blue Devils.
And that's been one of their bugaboos all year, Mike. I mean, I've had a chance to see them play a couple times, and I think the last game I had, they had 33 turnovers in that game.
And there's only 32 minute in a game.
And here's the thing, they shot 43% from the field in the first half. The other side of that, they only got 14 shots.
Right.
And they were 4 of 8 from behind the three-point arc. I mean, that's great, 50%.
Yeah.
But you can't win basketball games, and they turned it over 12 times. You turn it over 12 times, only get 14 shots. You're not going to beat anybody.
No, you're not. And it's just been that type of year all year for Meadowbrook, and then just getting beat really bad on the glass. I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'll go over some scoring, and then Plaz is going to go over some of the other statistics. And I'll go over Zanesville first. Zanesville was led by Rashad Hampton. He had a monster first half. He had 17 points. He was 5 of 6 from the line. He hit 2 threes. Xavier Riley, 2 baskets for 4 points. Michael Johnson had a basket for 2 points. Maddox Hayes who had a monster rebounding first half. He had 3 baskets for 6 points, all in the first quarter. Drew Doyle had 3 baskets for 6 points, and Grayson Goins hit a 3 for 3 points. For Meadowbrook, Cordell West had a 3 for 3 points. Easton Ivel hit a basket in the first quarter for 2 points. Colton Delancey hit 2 trifectas for 6 points. Dane DeVillas hit a 3 for 3 points. And Dane Singleton, who was 2 of 4 on the line, made a basket for 4 points. Plaz, what's some of these other stats looking like?
We already mentioned the shooting stats on the first half. Rebounding-wise, completely dominated, Mike, by the Blue Devils. I had them out rebounding Meadowbrook 18-7. And of those 18 rebounds, 11 of them were at the offensive end, and a lot of them by Maddox Hayes. I mean, he had a career down inside the first half. Turnover-wise, we already mentioned the Colts with 12 turnovers in first half, as opposed to only 3 for the Blue Devils.
That's 9 more opportunities right there.
9 more opportunities, right. So, as expected by the 37-18 score we have here at the half, the stats also completely dominated by the Blue Devils.
Yeah, a lot of time the stats might not tell the whole story, but so far I think the stats are correct on this. So we got about 3.5 minutes before we tip this thing back off in the second half. We're going to take a little bit of a break, and you are listening to and watching high school basketball on the NASH Icon and YRPtv.
16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio. Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it is for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company to offer liability coverage to package with their patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today at 638-3604 and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
Smooth skin begins with hydrating ingredients. Olay Hyaluronic Body Lotion nourishes your skin with all-day hydration for deeply moisturized results that give you confidence like buttery soft shoulders like and visibly smooth skin like. Quench your skin with nourishing moisture from Olay Hyaluronic Body Lotion. Try Olay Hyaluronic Body Wash too and get skin your face will envy.
Hi, it's Drew Barrymore here with a few of my favorite things that are absolutely free. Taking a walk in the rain, petting a dog, and streaming movies and TV shows on Pluto TV. Did I just say Pluto TV is free? Yes, I did. You can even watch Pluto TV for free while you pet a dog. Pluto TV has thousands of movies and TV shows, all for free. Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
Back here at Meadowbrook, Mike Snively joined by Mike Podlasiak. Zanesville leads Meadowbrook 37-18 in the last regular season game of the 22-23 season. Both teams will tip off the Ohio tournament next week, both Division II, both in the East District. Meadowbrook will have to go, has a tough road. They're going to have to go to Maysville, the #1 seed, next Saturday, the 25th. All games start at 7 p.m. Zanesville gets a sit and watch it game. Zanesville's in the bracket where they play the winner of the Steubenville-John Glenn game, which Plaz and I will have next week. We have it Tuesday night. It's a 7 o'clock start. Should be an interesting game. You know, I look at that game, John Glenn and Steubenville. I saw one comparable score, and it was Riverview. And the Bears went to Steubenville and beat Steubenville. And then that kind of surprised me a little bit. And then and John Glenn's been going through parts of the season where they're really good, and there's times they can't throw it in the ocean. And but I think it can be a very interesting game, and both teams are going to try to get it and go up and down the court. I do know that
for sure. And I tell you, John Glenn, like you mentioned, it depends on how they shoot the basketball, because I tell you, they'll get a lot of three-point shots up.
Definitely.
The nights that they're on, they're tough to beat.
Games will be broadcasting. All games on Tuesday, as the aforementioned Steubenville at John Glenn. Buckeye Trail, #9 seed in Division III, they're going to head to Martins Ferry. Barnesville's going to have to travel to Garraway in Division III, and in Division IV, the Byesville Blue Devils will be out to face the #2 seeded Caldwell Redskins. So all those games will be broadcast on the AVC
And Mike,
stations.
that will be a tough game for the Shamrocks up at Garraway, because I got a chance to see them earlier in the year. They're the real deal.
Yeah.
They are very good.
I believe they beat Caldwell by like 29, 30 points.
It was never a game.
Terry Rao,
yeah,
coaching up at Garraway, former Caldwell coach.
Had a lot of success there
Yes,
down with the Redskins years ago.
So second half begins. Delancey got a pretty good look at a three. Did not go in. Drew Doyle on the rebound for the Blue Devils. 37-18. Zanesville leads Meadowbrook. Zanesville now back into
little flex action
again.
Little flex
again. Yeah, they tried it again.
Good post up there by Doyle.
Doyle gets blocked by West, but guess who's there? Maddox Hayes got the rebound. He missed it. Finally pulled down by Singleton, who gets it stolen by Michael Johnson. Johnson kicks it to Hampton. Now, Riley gets a good look at it. No basket. So after 3 offensive rebounds, none of the baskets go in for the Blue Devils. Meadowbrook controls, and they throw it right to Drew Doyle. Drew Doyle is going to go in and lay it up for 2. So Drew Doyle, you don't want to say that 3 times. He has his 8th point of the night. Makes it a 21-point lead for the Blue Devils.
Doyle, just like Hampton, just juniors.
And Meadowbrook throws it away again. 2 in a row unforced errors for the Meadowbrook Colts.
Which, as we mentioned at halftime, has been their ongoing issue all year long. They just can't hold on to the basketball.
If you're Coach Jarrett right there, sometimes you just got to turn your head. And
he's still coaching them up out there.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. So another alley-oop lob, and that time a nice block by Dane Singleton. He snuffed that one out. Ivelchuk gets it up the court, over to Justice Huey, who kicks it out to Cordell West. Good offensive set there for the Colts. Shot just didn't go in. Rebound by Doyle, and a nice around-the-back save there by Doyle. He gets it over to Hampton. Hampton, who was incredible in the first half, he goes up strong, and he's going to get called for the offensive foul. That one was easy. Cordell West was waiting from the time he crossed half court for Hampton to come try to jump into him, and that's exactly what he did.
Hampton a little slow getting up. I don't know if he's got a problem with that right leg. He does have a sleeve on it.
He does have a sleeve.
Limping just a little bit. And
definitely not 100%.
If they're going to have any success come tournament time, he's going to have to be healthy.
He is definitely going to have to be healthy. We saw him with and without him in, and they're a different team without him in. Skip pass from Huey over to Delancey. Delancey got a pretty good look.
Nice.
And he knocks it down again. Delancey knocks down his 3rd. That's going to be a timeout by Meadowbrook. That's going to be a full timeout. So with 5:37, I'm sorry, that's going to be a 30-second timeout. We will keep it here. I was almost getting ready to send it to commercial. But with 5:37 here in the 3rd quarter, Zanesville leads 39-21. Little MC Hammer tonight. We've heard Jeff Wheeler on the tunes down there, hitting all kinds of different genres tonight. Plaz, I thought you and we could really come back from commercial and do a little name that tune. I'd have to put something on my phone as we come back from commercial. And
I've been around you enough. I would never challenge you and name that tune. You must have too much spare time on your hands, young man.
Plaz and I used to have some good times here when Plaz was the athletic director and tournament manager. We had him big tournaments. D4 championship, district championship would be here, and he'd put me in charge of the music. Yeah,
those were fun.
So Hampton, he goes in, misses the layup, and Huey, the quarterback, throws a nice pass, but may have led Singleton just a little bit too far, so another turnover for the Colts. Yeah, you put me in charge of the music, and I thought,
yeah, you were the man.
You're in trouble. Had that one guy come out and said, you got to turn that music down. I'm listening to my daughter cheer. I'm like, okay.
No, yeah.
All right, so Zanesville controls the ball. Johnson finds Doyle. Doyle, who's had a fine floor game tonight, being guarded by Eibel. Kick out to Michael Johnson. His 3 is no good. 19-footer went 21 feet. Rebound by Singleton over to Huey. To Eibel, and a turnover. Knocked away by Maddox, and almost a steal for Eibel. It's going to be out of bounds to Zanesville. Meadowbrook Pep Band here in attendance tonight, always doing a great job.
Got a good music department here at the Brook.
Very good music.
The band and the Brook Singers.
Choir and the Brook Singers, absolutely
top notch.
And they're going to get Cordell West on the block that time. He was just a step late.
He had the right idea. You're right. Just did not quite get there in time.
Just a step late. That's going to stand number 5, Michael Johnson, the 5'11 sophomore.
I thought they might call that on the floor.
I did
but
too.
They called it a shooting foul.
He's averaging 8 points a game on the night, and he's a 68% free throw shooter. His first shot is up and good. Yeah, I agree with you, Plaz. I thought it definitely happened on the floor, but
that's why we're sitting up there and they're down there.
That's exactly right.
And I wouldn't want that job.
No. Second shot up and good. 20-point lead, 41-21, Zanesville. Delancey gets it across the half court. Still man-to-man defense by the Blue Devils. Huey tries to get around the defender. He turns it over. Johnson goes to the hole with his left, no good. Rebound by Rashad Hampton, who throws a left-handed pass over to Johnson. Doyle goes to the hole, up with his right hand, no good. Rebound up for grabs. Doyle comes down with it, as has Zanesville come down with most everything. Another three-point, but no good. They're going to get Michael Johnson with the push in the back. Dane DeVillas checks in for Meadowbrook. He checked in for Justice Huey. 41-21, halfway through this third quarter here in Byesville. Mike Snively, Mike Podlasiak.
I tell you what, the Colts are getting what they want out of Zanesville. Zanesville's only 1 out of 11 from the field here in the second half. But they've turned the ball over 5 times again, only gotten 3 shots off.
Zanesville really hasn't hit the rim.
No, they haven't. No, it's been ugly.
Yes, it has. Ibel reverses the floor by himself over to Singleton, and they're stuck in a corner.
Oh, I think they got away with one there. I think that might have been off of a Colt there.
And I think Maddox Hayes has a legit gripe there. Well, I tell you what, he's a hustler, though. He's all over the place.
I like him inside.
Ibel to inbound to Delancey. Over to Easton Ibel. And he gets a ball, his pocket picked by Doyle. Doyle goes up, misses with the left, but Maddox Hayes is there. That's his third putback on the night. He has 8 points, 22-point lead for Zanesville. Delancey.
16 offensive rebounds tonight, Mike, for the Blue Devils.
And another steal here, and this time Michael Johnson gives it right back to the Colts, who gets it right back. And a 3-point shot there by Xavier Riley. His 33rd 3 on the year. And Coach Jarrett's going to take a full timeout. So with 2:57 left in the third quarter, Zanesville leads Meadowbrook by 25, 46-21. You're listening to and watching high school basketball on the NASH Icon and YRPtv.
How can you select from insurance companies offering you lizards or ducks? When it comes to protection for your home and auto, you want a company that provides quality insurance products and personalized, fair, friendly claims service. WB Green Insurance represents Westfield Insurance. Their reputation is based on sharing knowledge and building trust. Westfield has been around the neighborhood over 150 years. WB Green Insurance welcomes the opportunity to quote your home, car, and business insurance. Don't be fooled by lizards and ducks. Call 439-1329.
We're back here live in Byesville. I'm Mike Snively with Mike Podlasiak. I want to thank our director tonight, Brett Klein, and cameraman Andrew Dunlap, always doing a fine job letting you folks watch this game. We're on YRPtv, the YouTube channel and Facebook page, along with, if you're in Zanesville, you can listen on 98.5 FM, and if you're in the Cambridge area, you can listen to 107.9 FM. Zanesville leads 46-21. 2:57 left here in the third quarter. Last regular season game of the 22-23 season. Meadowbrook possesses the ball. Colton Delancey hands it to Dane DeVillas. Back to Delancey. Delancey to the right, being guarded really well by Drew Doyle. Jacob Burrison, the freshman, goes up with his left. It's swatted away by Maddox Hayes. Out to Rashad Hampton, who's scoreless here. We had 17 in the first half and scoreless in the second. 3-point shot goes up by Xavier Riley, but the ball goes over the backboard. So Meadowbrook will be rewarded the ball out of bounds. token pressure here, about 3/4 court by the Blue Devils. Villas gets it up against Hampton. Hampton to Jacob Burris. Burris over to Mason Campbell, freshman to freshman.
Might have got away with the travel over there in the corner.
Campbell gets it over to DeVillez. Out to Jacob Burris. Every pass seems contested, Plaz, right now by the Colts. Every
Blue Devils playing good solid man-to-man defense. They get right in your face.
They make you take risks. Finally, a good look there by, and you know, you got to give the Colts credit there. They held on to it for a long time, worked that Zanesville defense. The shot just didn't go. And Doyle misses the shot. He may have been hit on the way up. Burris is going to be trapped. He finds Colton Delancey. Colton Delancey over to Jacob Burris. The lefty goes up strong, and he makes a nice shot there. So Jacob Burris with his first basket on the night. Makes it a 46-23 Zanesville lead. Hampton, who has yet to score in the second half, goes hard to the hole.
Sure enough.
You're exactly right. He
that's a strong move. That's a tough move.
He's going to be a hard matchup for anybody on any team. 48-23 Zanesville. 25 points, under a minute here in Byesville. And this time Delancey overthrows Cordell West out of bounds. So turnover there for the Colts. 47.3. Now we'll see the first two times this happened, the end of the first quarter and at the end of the second quarter. Zanesville waited, got the last shot, and got the offensive rebound for a putback. Let's see if they try the same thing. No, because Hampton's going to have such a good look. He's got to shoot it, but he misses it. But another offensive rebound by Johnson. Johnson over to Doyle. Doyle misses the 17-footer, rebounded by DeVillez, and Zanesville's going to foul DeVillez. And it's going to be on Rashad Hampton, his fourth. So Coach Cedric Harris is going to send Grayson Goins in. Thought he was going to take out Hampton. Yeah, he did. He took out Hampton. Maddox Hayes thought he was coming out. So Hampton, the leading scorer on the night, leading scorer on the floor for the year for both teams.
Having a hard time finding the bottom of the hole here in the second half.
Really are, Plaz. And they're getting 3 or 4 looks every possession.
They are.
So 12 seconds left. Colts playing for the last shot, down 25. 7 seconds. Jacob Burris, the freshman, between his legs. He's in trouble now. Over to Mason Campbell. Campbell's got to let it fly, and he's not going to get it off in time.
Good solid defense there.
Very good defense there by Zanesville. So at the end of the third quarter here in Byesville, Zanesville leads Meadowbrook 48-23. You're listening to and watching high school basketball on the NASH Icon and YRPtv.
The Rogers Company congratulates the Meadowbrook Colts team on a great season. The team at Rogers Company works hard, too, to earn your business. They inspect, install, and repair all makes and all models of furnaces, humidifiers, and air purifiers. Don't be left out in the cold. Give them a call at 740-685-8677.
I'm not buying till I check on for.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at DoanFord.com.
Back here at Byesville, the Zanesville Blue Devils made the trip over from Muskingum County. They lead the Meadowbrook Colts 48-23. And Plaz, what was Zanesville shooting in that?
They shot 4 out of 19, just a little above 20% there in that quarter.
So they got up 19 shots in a quarter. That's pretty good, but they only made 4. A lot of offensive rebounds, and I tell you, it's not like they were in and out. They were a lot of air balls and.
They got 19 shots that quarter. Meadowbrook's only gotten 20 shots for the whole game.
For the whole game. And the story of the game has been Meadowbrook turning the ball over and the offensive rebound second opportunities for Zanesville. So we're going to begin the fourth quarter here. Last quarter of the regular season underway. 25-point lead for Zanesville. Doyle goes to the hole. I'm impressed with Doyle every time I see him touch the ball. That's his double digits now. He's got 10 on the night. Colts come down.
He fills up the stat sheet. He's got about 9 points a game averaging. He's their top assist man with about 4 a game, and gets just a little below 4 rebounds a game.
Yeah, and he got a quick first step. Colts come down. Nothing. Burris misses the shot. Zanesville with the rebound. Down to Maddox Hayes. No good, but gets his own rebound. He's going to go up, and he's going to get the and one. So Maddox Hayes, that's also going to put him in double digits for the night. He goes up with he's probably double digits in offensive rebounds.
Oh, he
tonight.
has to be.
Yeah. He's got 10 points. He's going to go up and shoot one shot. He's a 57% free throw shooter on the night. Shot up by Hayes, and it's good. And that makes it a 30-point lead. 35-23, 7:14 here left at Meadowbrook. Mike Snively joined by Mike Podlasiak, and we're going to get a foul on Maddox Hayes. .707 left. That's the third foul on Maddox Hayes. Every time I see that Maddox name, I think Greg Maddox.
He wasn't too bad.
No. Very efficient. Colts with the ball. DeVillas over to Burris. Burris gets a good look. The lefty shoots a three, and it's good. So Jacob Burris has his 5th point on the night. That cuts it to 27, 53-26. 6:45 early 4th quarter here in Byesville. Drake Taylor's entered the game for the Blue Devils. Ball handled now by Xavier Riley. Riley goes strong to the hole. Big strong move over Mason Campbell. And that's just a senior against a freshman right there, Plaz. And you could definitely tell. So Riley goes in, knocks it down. He's shooting 76% on the line.
You know, we talked about the Colts being young, but the Blue Devils young themselves. Riley's the only senior on the floor right now.
Yes.
I believe for either team.
And I believe that is that puts Riley in double digits. That's the 4th Blue Devil to be in double digits tonight, led by Rashad Hampton with 19.
Most of those coming in the first half, correct?
17 of the 19, yes. And 11 of those in the first quarter. So Huey handles the ball for the Colts, 56-26. Over to Delancey. Delancey shoots an 18-footer, and he knocks it down. Colton Delancey, his first non-3 of the night, and that gives him 11 on the night, just above his average. 5th turnover by the Blue Devils. Delancey kicks it out to, or DeVillas kicks it to Delancey. Over to Campbell, to Burris. Huey, everybody's touched it on this possession for the Colts. Another nice shot by Delancey. So Delancey Delancey has 11 now on the night. He just hit double digits. No, sorry. He has 13. So I was right the first time. I thought myself. Going to be a foul on the Colts. And they're going to get Colton Delancey with a foul. 56-30, 26-point lead for Zanesville. 5:33 left in the game. Mike Snively joined by Mike Podlasiak. Johnson goes to, and that's the 3rd 3-point play this half, or this quarter, I should say, for Zanesville. Johnson's going to go, he knocks it in. He's going to go to the line. He's a 68% free throw shooter. 5'11" sophomore, Michael Johnson. Shot is up short. Rebound by Mason Campbell, 58-30. Burris, heat check. In and out. Rebounded by Hampton, who's still in the game. And that's a very nice pass by Rashad Hampton to Xavier Riley. So 60-30, Coach Jarrett's going to clear the bench. He's bringing 5 new guys in with 5 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Nice move there by Delancey, and Delancey's got another basket. Delancey starting to have himself a really good game. 15th point on the night for Colton Delancey.
Boy, I tell you, good offensive execution that time by the Colts.
They do a good job with that screen and roll.
If they can just hold on to the basketball and not turn it over.
I think it has to do with spacing, and the spacing was right there. And Hampton goes, he gets a good look, and Hampton again with his, he's at 21 now, and a steal by Zanesville. Turnover by the Colts. Leaves Maddox Hayes open for 3. Hits the backboard, but rebound by Delancey. 30-point lead by the Devils. Delancey's foot was on the line. He misses that one. Rebound by Doyle. Doyle's double teamed, but he breaks the press by himself. Doyle goes to the hole, and that was too easy.
Nobody stepped in that time. Poor help defense.
Doyle. And then Burris goes right back down, and he knocks in 2 more. He's got 7, freshman.
Yes, he's a nice-looking freshman.
And now we're just
now
I can't keep up here. Maddox Hayes with 2. A lot going on here. Too many easy layups. 66-34. Just a reminder, if this game gets to 35 points, we will have a running clock. And that was a steal and a basket by Michael Johnson. And I think Coach Jarrett's going to call timeout, but he doesn't want to utilize a timeout. He said, we're just going to sub.
That's right, and that's what he's telling the official right now. He said, just don't need to talk to him. Just want to get that other group in.
Just want to get that group in. So a 34-point lead with 3:34 left in the 4th quarter.
And Mike, the 3 seniors for Meadowbrook are back on the court right now too. This will be their last opportunity to play in the corral.
So if you're a senior and you got the ball and it's your last chance.
I know what you're doing. I've seen you play.
Let them fly, folks.
That ball's going up.
Get it up in the air, folks. 3:30 left here in garbage time. 68-34. Colts down by 34. Eibel does what I thought he might, and he trying to get a couple more points. But
he was listening to you. Because that was not a good shot to take.
No. So Zanesville goes down and scores another basket. It will be a running clock situation. Zayden Yeagles checked in the game for the Colts. Eibel thought about the 3.
I thought he might take that one because that's a better shot he tried to take there the last possession.
Gunnar Davis in the game for the Colts, number 1. In the Singleton, who was double teamed, and he throws it away. Steal by Michael Johnson. Johnson over to Grayson Goins. And now we're going to have the 35-point rule in effect. Briar Harmon, the 6'3 junior, with his first basket on the night. 70-34 Zanesville. And the Colts throw it away. And the clock will continue to run, even on a dead ball.
Mike, as poorly as the Blue Devils shot in the 3rd quarter, they're 10 out of 12 from the field here in the 4th quarter.
A lot of
most
easy
of those
layups.
are the layups,
yeah,
correct.
A lot of easy layups. That'll help the possession a little bit. 2:20 and ticking. This thing's probably going to click all the way down.
Oh, you got his glasses knocked off.
Glasses knocked off. He got tripped, and nice sportsmanship there by Gunnar Davis, the sophomore from Meadowbrook, helping him up to his feet.
Yeah, that wasn't intentional. He just was
just tripped.
Call that one on the floor.
On the floor. Drake Tabler with the ball. Over to Michael Johnson, who finds Briar Harmon, who shoots a 3, no good. And we're going to have a foul on number 24, Drake Rennick. Once again, we want to thank Brett Klein and Andrew Dunlap.
Great job as always.
As always. The director will be with Brett next week. Next Tuesday, or this Tuesday, I should say, Plaz, as Steubenville invades New Concord to take on the John Glenn Muskies. Cordell West being defended very tightly by Grayson Goins. Eibel being contested there by Drake Tabler. Yeagle out to West. West back to Yeagle. And they're going to get a foul on number 22, Briar Harmon.
You know, a lot of subs in for Zanesville right now, but I tell you what, even this group of kids right here plays very good, solid defense.
They do. They play hard. They play good defense. Luke Armbruster checks in the game for the Colts. Luke, a 6-foot sophomore, hit 2 threes in his last outing. Inbounds to West, who was falling out of bounds and throws it off of Michael Johnson. So Colts can stay with the ball. 27, 26, 25 seconds and ticking. Colts down 36, 70, 34. Colts looking to get a good shot here. Cordell West.
He's just got to stand and hold. I think they've seen enough.
I'd stand and hold it, and with like 2 seconds, I'd line her up and let her go. West is going to hold it. 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's going to end it. So, final score from Byesville, Meadowbrook High School, Zanesville 70, Meadowbrook 34. We're going to calculate some stats, and we'll be back after we finish that. You are listening to and watching high school basketball on the NASH Icon and YRPtv.
Are you paying too much for homeowners insurance? Has your insurance company raised your deductible? Hi, this is John Valentine with Valentine Insurance. Many people can't accurately answer these questions. With many premiums escrowed into mortgages, homeowners don't pay attention to changes to their policies anymore. It's time you visit Valentine Insurance for a true, no-obligation review of your insurance policy. Call 994-1776 or stop by our office at 739 Southgate Parkway in Cambridge.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-452-5050. That's 1-800-452-5050. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-452-5050. That's 1-800-452-5050.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
The Rogers Company congratulates the Meadowbrook Colts team on a great season. The team at Rogers Company works hard, too, to earn your business. They inspect, install, and repair all makes and all models of furnaces, humidifiers, and air purifiers. Don't be left out in the cold. Give them a call at 740-685-8677.
Our community is a special place, and you work hard to make a living and build a good life for you and your family. It's not always easy. You deserve a local financial partner to be there when you need them most. At Woodsfield Savings Bank, we live, work, and play here. Our cutting-edge technology combined with local decision-making allows us to deliver unmatched personal service. Let us start earning your trust today. Woodsfield Savings Bank. It's personal here.
I was sitting in my car, and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood, and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio, I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I can have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door, and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of a guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Back here at Byesville, Meadowbrook High School, Mike Snively joined by Mike Podlasiak, where the Zanesville Blue Devils have defeated the Meadowbrook Colts in the last regular season of the 22-23 season, 70-34. And both teams will get ready to tee it up for tournament time. But first we will hit some statistics here, and then we'll discuss the details of the tournament times, places, and all of that good fun stuff. So let's go with Meadowbrook. Meadowbrook had 3 seniors, all got in the scoring column tonight. Cordell West, one of those seniors, had 3 points. Easton Ibel had 2 points, and the other senior, Dane Singleton, had 4 points. He was 2 of 4 at the line. He was the only Colt to shoot any charity tosses tonight, so 2 of 4 for Meadowbrook as a team also from the line. Colton Delancey led the Colts tonight. He had 15 points. He had 3 threes. The sophomore, who was averaging 9.9, so I'm thinking that 15 points is going to get him over the double-digit hump. He'll be averaging over 10 points a game next time we look at the stat sheet. Dane DeVillas, the sophomore, had 3 points, and Jacob Burris, the freshman, had 7 points. So 34 total points for the Colts tonight. For the victorious Blue Devils out of Zanesville, they were led tonight by 6-foot junior Rashad Hampton, who had an absolutely outstanding first half, 17 points in the first half. He finished with 21 points on the night. I missed a basket there, so he finished with 21 on the night. Xavier Riley, he had 12 points tonight. He had a 3 also. Michael Johnson had 8 points. Drake Tabler saw some significant playing time, but he did not score any points. Maddox Hayes had 11 points. Briar Harmon had 2 points. Drew Doyle had 12 points. And Grayson Goins had a 3-point basket for 3 points. The Blue Devils shot pretty well from the foul line. They were 9 of 11 on the night. So final score there, that was a total of 70 points. Zanesville 70, Meadowbrook 34. Plaz, what we got over here on these stats?
You know, the stats pretty much dominated as expected, by the Blue Devils. Both teams shot the ball pretty well from the field tonight. I had the Colts at 46%, 13 out of 28. The key there being they only got 28 shots off.
Yes.
Where on the other side, Zanesville was 29 of 65. They made one more field goal than what Meadowbrook attempted.
Yeah.
So, but both teams shot it well. Rebounding-wise, completely dominated by the Blue Devils, especially Maddox Hayes inside. They had 18 offensive rebounds, 32 overall, and again, the Colts had 18 total rebounds for the evening. Turnover-wise, it's been the bugaboo of the Colts all year long. They turned it over tonight 24 times against only 5 turnovers for the Blue Devils.
Huge
so again,
stat right there.
It was, yeah. You can't be successful when you turn the ball over that many times. Good teams only going to have 7, 8, maybe 10.
Yeah.
Turnovers a night. You cannot turn it over 20. It limits your offensive possessions.
Yes, it sure
and,
does.
Like I said, they got one fewer attempt at field goal than what the Blue Devils made. So again, and maybe the worst part for the night for the Colts, they've got to go to Maysville next Saturday and play the number 1 seeded Panthers, and boy, I don't envy them at all.
Yeah, I had that game earlier this year, and it was a pretty tough game to do because Maysville, and I was telling you earlier, Maysville's got a pretty good culture going over there right now with their basketball team, and they're led by a couple good players, notably Hayden Jarrett and Alex Bob Cousins, actually. They are fantastic players. Then they got 3 other guys on the team that are stars at their roles, so everybody's buying into their role over there at Maysville. So Meadowbrook's going to go there next Saturday, an 8-day layoff for the Colts, and they're going to go Saturday at 7 p.m. To South Zanesville to take on that number 1 seeded team in the East District, the Maysville Panthers. Zanesville kind of gets to scout the game Tuesday night that we're going to be on over at New Concord. They're going to play the winner of Steubenville and John Glenn, which I think is an interesting matchup. But Plaz and I will be on that game 7 o'clock Tuesday night from the fish tank up at John Glenn. So that's going to be a fun game, Plaz. And then the winner will play Zanesville. If it's John Glenn will play at home against Zanesville. If it's Steubenville, the higher seed, who I think is Zanesville.
I think it is. I think they were 12, and I believe Zanesville was 13.
Yeah, so
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so if that happens, we'll discuss that later on.
But Mike, whoever wins that game Tuesday at John Glenn is going to have their hands full.
Yeah.
I mean, Zanesville's record's a little bit deceiving. I mean, they closed the season 7-15. They play in a very tough conference in the Licking County Conference.
Yeah.
And, they've played a lot of close games this year. They've got some offensive weapons. I mean, and they had several kids tonight that contributed. They'll be a handful. come tournament time next Saturday.
Yes, I agree with you. And Rashad Hampton was the best player on the floor tonight, and is probably the best player on the floor a lot of nights. So I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to wrap it up here. Final score here once again before we say goodnight. Zanesville defeats Meadowbrook 70-34. I'm Mike Snively, joined by Mike Podlasiak, producer tonight, Brett Klein and Andrew Dunlap on the camera, and it's been an outstanding regular season. We will be back Tuesday night to talk about, we will be with live tournament action Tuesday night. Also a big game tomorrow over at West Muskingum as the Meadowbrook girls travel to West Muskingum to play for a sectional title. So good luck to both of those teams tomorrow at West Muskingum. So final score from Meadowbrook, Zanesville 70, Meadowbrook 34. Good night, everyone.
This has been a presentation of AVC Sports.